up?
Welcome to another episode of Can't Get You Out of My Head.
My name is Astin and I rock.
My name's Dylan and I'm a hater. You'll see why after the end of this episode.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, so if you're not, you already know that this is about to be the Grammys episode.
Yes.
So for those who are new to our podcast, if you haven't listened to episode 1, we are a podcast that specializes in sharing our deepest, darkest, most random bits of knowledge about music. And we usually start off giving a song that's been stuck in our head and then delving into where we first heard it, why it's stuck in our head, who we like, blah, 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 blah. But today, it is all about the Grammys.
So we'll save the what we're listening to for next week. Because the Grammys were 3.5 hours.
As they always are.
Questionable choices.
Yeah.
Good hosting.
Great hosting, actually.
Some good performances.
Mm-hmm.
Question mark. And we want to talk about all of it.
So, okay. So I asked you this before we started recording. So I'm going to ask you again. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Go ahead.
So since we're not starting with what song has been stuck in your head, what Grammy performance has been stuck in your head and why? For better or for worse?
The one that I guess confused me the most was Miley Cyrus.
Really?
Flowers. And I'm confused for a multitude of reasons.
Okay.
Because Astin and I were sort of live texting as this shindig was happening last night.
Absolutely.
And during Miley's performance, I texted her, we've got Tina Turner's outfit.
We do.
Cher's body from the 70s.
Hello.
We've got Angela Bassett arms.
We did.
And then we've got hair from the Bee Gees.
I would actually give her hair. I would give her Dolly Parton hair.
The styling was so confusing.
It wasn't confusing to me. I just thought it was straight up Tina. Straight up, because Tina's wore the big hair.
I can see that.
You know, and then like there's a video of like Tina Turner and Cher dancing together on stage.
Yeah.
And so like it just gave that. It just gave that entire video. Did you enjoy Miley's performance? Do you want to say? Do you want to say that?
Okay. Was it okay? Yes. Is it my favorite song? No.
Sure.
I'm a little confused as to how it won 2 Grammys last night, especially being up against who it was up against. But
we gonna get into it. We are.
I ain't part of the Recording Academy.
We are not.
You do
yet.
I can't say that I would vote for it, but. What about you? What's stuck in your head? What stood out to you? Okay,
so the performance that I have gone back to watch more than 3 times is Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs. Listen. So Luke Combs starts talking about how he did a cover of Fast Car, and I'm like, okay, so are you going to talk about Tracy Chapman? And then they show like 2 pictures of her, and I'm like, so are they going to bring Tracy Chapman? Like they're just going to throw her name out there and just whatever? And then the song starts and I just see her hand and I'm like, oh, Tracy's here. And then the light like spots light, like it silhouettes her face and I'm like, I start boo-hooing. Dylan, I am already crying. I'm like, oh, Tracy's here. And then the lights go up and then like she's surprised at how excited everybody in the room is.
Because who doesn't like that song? Because
the crowd, when I go back to listen, I haven't gone back to look at all the performances, but I will say comparatively to me, and I could be like imagining things, she got the loudest applause of the night.
I would wager to bet, yeah.
Yeah, she got the loudest applause of the night, and it just like every time I watch it, I just see like that smile sneak in there and like her holding back tears, but she doesn't miss a note. And what I love about the duet is that Luke is showing reverence as he's performing. He's
looking at her. He's appreciating her.
Yeah, and because like all of our eyes are on Tracy, and he doesn't shy away from that. We're all paying attention to Tracy, and they sound. And it to me like sometimes you get duets last night we got duets that didn't, that did they blend? They did the best they could,
They tried.
But their voices genuinely sounded great together. Where I can genuinely say, like, would I go listen to his music? I'll consider it. I loved that performance. And that is, I don't think there's any Grammy performance in a long time that I've gone back to, like, watch on my own.
Now let me ask you this, though, and because this was my thought, digesting in my head while I was watching it. Was the song any better because it was a duet with Luke Combs? Or could it have just been a Tracy Chapman spotlight? This bitch is back on the Grammy stage after, 40 years? Like, because as a purist, as a fan, no one will ever do that song better than the original. There have been iterations and iterations of covers where people have tried to do it, put a spin on it, put a techno beat behind it. Why? And I get that he went a little more traditional, but I would have been fine with just Tracy.
So the answer to your question is this. Would I have been fine with just Tracy? Duh. But does he take away from it? Like, sometimes, like, a duet is just like, oh, you shouldn't be there at all. But him being there, they still sounded well together. To me, they still sounded well. Like, he doesn't take me out of it.
So, other thing about that, they both sang melody. You
wanted them to do harmony. That's fair.
In the chorus,
that's fair.
Why wasn't he given a harmony? Like, let her take lead, give her the reverence, and give her some supporting harmony as opposed to singing the same melody line with
I'll give you that. That's true. That's fair. Fair. That's fair.
Was it terrible? No. Would I go back and watch it? Yes. But
are you paying attention
I'm watching it for Tracy. I'm not watching it for what's his nuts.
Oh, don't do that.
So we'll just keep on going down the list as far as the performances go.
Okay, so you want to stay on performances?
We'll talk. Because, categories, sure. But the performances is really where the Grammys are at.
Okay. So do we want to return to Miley, or do you have some other people to address?
We'll do Dua Lipa first off. What do you think of the preview of the new song?
So here's what's interesting. The song that she starts with, I had just heard it because, like, YouTube, of course, does that thing where they play songs that sound alike. So that particular song came up. I remember because a meeting had started, and I'm like, I need to turn this off. I thought performance-wise, so here's the thing. The big metal cube thing, I can't do that. I thought that it was intriguing. I thought it was, I don't know, I thought it was fine.
It was cute. I think Dua Lipa at a certain point starts to sound the
same. Yeah. Because you know what's wild? Because I think she does sing a new song right after the song I'm talking about. So I was confused because I was like, wait, which one is the new one? Because it does change songs and you're like, oh, that's not the same.
That sounds exactly the same.
You know what I did not enjoy? I wanted her to perform the song from Barbie.
There were like 3 lines, like in the transition from like the new song into Houdini, which is the big one right now.
Sure.
There was like a little transition where she said, "Not one hair out of place," and then that was it.
What? No, I wanted because we know we're gonna get Just Ken.
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks, we know we're gonna get another Billie Eilish. In a couple of weeks.
I have to send you this video of this queen performing Houdini.
Okay.
The first line is, "I come and I go. Tell me all the ways you need me. I'm not here for long." So the music starts. She's getting it. And then she goes, "I come and I go." And just walks off stage. That's the end of the number. So she's on stage for all of 30 seconds. And I don't know why it tickles me so much to see her just say, "I come and I go."
I mean, yeah, because I come and I go. I love when people are literal. Like
literal.
That. But yeah, but I think with Dua Lipa, well, what did you think of her performance or that all of her songs?
She's good. I think she's a very good songwriter. I think that she singing is still not the greatest. Mm-hmm. I do love that she put her microphone down to be like, let me show you that I can dance.
Yeah.
Because you remember that viral video of her doing the
she's
weird,
come
like,
a long way from that hip. And
the
she
little
was
hip
working
thrust. Baby. She was prancing. She was prancing. Like he'd call it dancing, but she was prancing last night. It was cute.
Another favorite for me last night, I enjoyed the ninjas for SZA.
Can I please, with that moment where she lifted the guy up by his neck, I know he was on wires, but just that sheer moment. Mm-hmm. Bitch.
They killed that. They killed that.
They killed Bill.
They did kill Bill.
And I loved everybody's concern with that. With the first ninja was on the table, like doing the swords. Everybody.
You see Janelle Monáe like.
Like, I ain't getting into this.
Right.
You ain't getting me. But, I mean, SZA, shit. Good on her. She won two last night?
She won Best Pop Duo with Phoebe Bridgers and for Ghost in the Shell. And then she won Song of the Year. Was it for Kill Bill? No. She won Best R&B Song for Snooze.
Snooze, that's what it was. Yes.
Snooze. Deserved.
Yes.
Because people love Snooze. People love Snooze. I like Snooze. I think it's very sexy. I think it's very sultry. Mm-hmm. It's very warm. I do like it a lot. But people love Snooze. Yeah. It's like every TikTok. I know somebody who's used that song for their reels like 5 times.
It's one of those songs?
It's one of those songs. So I was like, that's SZA. Congratulations, SZA.
SZA. And then after her was, you already mentioned her, Billie Eilish.
Yeah. Okay, so I love that song. I know.
Okay, so Trevor Noah had a joke in the very beginning of the show where he was like, if anybody acts up, the punishment is Kelly Clarkson will sing your song better than you ever could.
I knew you were just like, I know you got up and clapped.
Howling.
I know you got up and clapped.
And so with that said, I would love to hear Kelly sing this song.
Oh no, she would kill it. She would kill it.
I mean, Billie.
I liked her performance though.
Yeah. But Kelly Clarkson singing that song.
Why are we shitting on Billie Eilish like this?
I don't know. I told you in the beginning.
I think she did great.
This was the haters episode.
Oh my God.
Hi, my name's Dylan and I am a hater.
And I'm Astin and I am defending you. I'm the great defender. Not for all of you. Some of y'all got exactly what you deserved.
It's like, was it acceptable? Yeah, sure. Was it world changing?
I just wish that her pink Barbie outfit that they found, I don't know what you could have done to supplement red and black hair, but I know that scarf like clashed with her hair and it took me out of it so many times. But I still think that she did an excellent job, even if all she did was sit there. I liked it. I don't know. I know, but to agree with you, but I do agree with you. I would love to hear Kelly Clarkson sing it because I think she would murk it.
Yeah. By the way, she looked so good a vision in white.
She did.
Mama.
She did.
It's like we knew she wasn't going to win the category. You were up against Taylor Swift. And we're going to talk about Taylor, obviously.
I was going to say, are we jumping to this now?
My issue with the Grammys from this year, from last year, from previous years, is that they love to preview and tease the obvious.
Yeah.
Think last year, right? Beyonce.
Yeah.
Oh, if Beyonce wins a single Grammy tonight, she'll be the most awarded Grammy winner in history. Will she make it happen? Yes, because you want those headlines in the morning.
Yeah.
Will Taylor Swift win Album of the Year? Yes, because you just want said those the name. Headlines.
Yeah.
Like it's make it a little less obvious, Grammys. Make it more of a surprise.
Are you talking about when they were like, if Taylor Swift wins Album of the Year, she'll be the only artist to win it 4 times?
Whoa.
You didn't want to mention the fact that SZA was nominated for the first time for Album of the Year?
That part.
I mean, I would have been pissed because, like, why would you dangle that in her face like that? So I guess thank you. But you couldn't, you couldn't give us a spoiler. You couldn't give us anything about what they used to do for award shows is like take Album of the Year. They would give you, I guess, like snippets of each album before getting to that category.
Yes.
And that way, even if you hadn't heard the album yet, you'd be like, well, I could see how that'd be nominated. Or, that is a unique sound. I'm gonna have to check that out. They used to do that. They stopped. I don't know when they stopped. So now you're just looking at this like, and granted, I know John Baptiste is like an excellent musician. So I don't need to be convinced. But I would still like to know how this album differed for the one that he won for in 2022. We don't get those snippets anymore. We just get Taylor Swift might actually win.
Meaning Taylor Swift has actually
won.
She's already won. Don't be surprised.
Right.
Also, this could have been an hour and a half shorter. Mama, 11:30, that's past my bedtime. I am 35 going on 64.
You know what? So I have a very unpopular opinion.
Go ahead.
So, are the Grammys long? Are the Grammys long? Yes. Do I think they should be longer? Yes.
Okay, I'm listening, I'm following.
So the Grammy ceremony is already an all-day event.
Yes.
We didn't get to see we know who won Best Rap Album. We didn't see them receive it. We know who won Best Rock Album. We didn't get to see them receive it, which...
Kylie Minogue won her Grammy last night for Padam Padam. We put that into the ether last week.
Tyler won for, her first Grammy, her first award ever was
Tyler.
a Grammy. Right.
Make me sweat. That's who should have performed.
I would have
okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
21 Savage, sure. Burna Boy, sure. Give me Tyler. I
would have loved the little doop that she does for her little leg.
Yeah.
Listen, so if I just, wake up in the morning and I come to my living room and I say it's 12 noon, I'm gonna watch the Grammys for the next 12 hours. I want to know who won Best Jazz. I want to know who won Best fucking Folk. I want to know all of it. I want to know all of it. But no, we just get 3.5 hours of Best Song, Best Record, Best Album, a performance by someone you like, a performance by someone you tolerate. U2, it's always fucking U2.
Do you remember when U2 forced their album on everybody's iPhone?
No one is letting that go.
No, we did not need to see them. There were 2 people last night that I was like, what the fuck? U2 and Billy Joel. I know that Billy Joel released a new song. Congratulations. We didn't need to see her.
Paramore was the first rock band, female-led rock band, to ever win Best Rock Album in the history of rock music. That means Fleetwood Mac, Joan Jett. That means the Cranberries. None of them ever won Best Rock Album. I would have loved to see fucking Paramore on television. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's like I would have, if we're going to be here all fucking day, let's be here
all fucking day.
That's my unpopular opinion because now, and then if we want to just let's rip on YouTube, let's just get that shit out the way, because not only will YouTube just go down in history for forcing their album on everyone's iPhone, they showed a pre-recorded performance on a big round ball.
The Sphere in Las Vegas. Okay.
That y'all
dumped money in LA.
That y'all dumped money into. Y'all didn't need the Sphere. No one gives a fuck about the Sphere. No one gives a fuck about the Sphere. I mean, maybe the people that got to sit in it. No one gives a fuck about the Sphere. So I was like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Why are we watching? Like, we're watching people in the Grammy audience watch a YouTube performance. I mean, good for y'all. Y'all got a bathroom break. Because I do understand that people who go to award shows, they're like, hey, yo, this shit is all day. This shit is all day. This is an all day affair. And apparently it was raining there too.
Oh, it's flooding there.
Yeah.
They're under a state of emergency.
Yeah, because I was like reading tweets and Kid Cudi's like, I was invited to a Grammy performance, but I ain't doing that shit. I'm staying in the house. Like,
right.
Yeah, so that's my unpopular opinion. We didn't need, and no disrespect to the old rockers, but it's always, do you notice that? It's always an old rock band performing. Yeah. It's never a young rock band. It's
Billy Joel.
It's that year, oh my God, sorry, it made me think of that year the Beach Boys performed, and somebody was like, now who is Mount Rushmore on the stage?
It's like, out of all the current acts, I get it. You know where the older acts are best at? The In Memoriam, like they did this year. Mm-hmm. Stevie Wonder doing Tony Bennett, lovely. Mm-hmm. I have notes. Mm-hmm. Annie Lennox doing Sinead O'Connor, lovely. I have notes. John Batiste, no notes.
No notes.
Fantasia Barrino doing Tina Turner.
No notes.
I have no notes for her, but why was the sound so bad this year?
Oh, dude!
Holy shit! I thought it was my TV, but like, no. It's across the board.
Across the board.
Grammys. Because how do y'all fuck up sound? Your whole thing is sound.
I was watching the Burna Boy performance with 21 Savage and Brandy, and I'm like, their mics are not turned up. Mm-mm. And Nesby's mic, when she was performing with John Baptiste, her mic was not turned up. Mm-mm.
It's like Fantasia with doing Tina. You heard the background singers over her. Why? Grandmama was moving. I get it, but like...
No, but that shouldn't be an excuse. That should not be an excuse. We heard Fantasia because we know Fantasia can fill a room on her own. Right. And that's why we were able to hear her at all.
Right.
But... yeah, the mics were like bouncing off of each other. I'm like, if there's 3 people singing on stage, this shouldn't be... Y'all needed to... Shout out to the production team. I'm sure you did your best.
You did your best. On that, let's take a little break. We'll be right back. And we're back with Can't Get You Out of My Head, a podcast dedicated to the songs that we just can't stop listening to. We were just talking about U2, the Grammys, John Batiste.
Old people performing.
The Mount Rushmore, the Beach Boys.
So, Mount Rushmore didn't perform this year. That feels so rude to say. The Beach Boys didn't perform this year.
You know who didn't perform this year and showed up, and I was a little surprised that they brought her? Lizzo. Now.
Oh wait, no. Tuck that back in, because I wanna finish our conversation about the legends before I forget my thought. But we are going to touch on that. We have to, because there's a couple of, as the young folks say, there were a couple of sneaks. There were a couple of sneaks.
Is that what the young folks are saying?
That's what the
kids are saying nowadays. I'm gonna be Mount
Rushmore in a minute. So I just want to be very clear, because I know you said you had notes.
Lots.
I'm going to say something, and y'all might not agree. Stevie Wonder's off limits. I'm sorry. Stevie Wonder is off limits. I know y'all can't do that to my uncle.
Where's my pen? Let me just go ahead and scratch this out.
He's off limits. I'm sorry. Like, there was, my good sir won Best Album of the Year. 74, 75, and either 78 or 72. The point is, he's been singing much, much, much longer than my parents had been thought of. So even though he missed a couple notes, I think he earned it. A couple. 3. That's all I'm giving him. I think he earned it.
I wrote Stevie at 73 is not a great riffer. Like, in his heyday, could he do the runs and the riffs? Yes. At the tender age of 73, maybe just stick to a melody. Because the thing is, like, people are going to read you for not doing what you used to be able to do. And so if you try to do what you used to be able to do and you can't do it, they're going to come for the neck.
Well, and so here's the thing. But here's the thing. It's like the operative word here is the tender age of 73. Now, if you were the tender age of 43 not hitting those runs, that's a different conversation. With Stevie Wonder, it's like, that was, we can chill my uncle out. But I think where I wanted to touch on is like, I want to see Stevie Wonder receive his flowers instead of having to stand him up and sing for everybody else. That's what came to me. Because it's just like, all right, so like we could talk about how he doesn't sound the same. Well, shit, he's been through a lot of shit. He's been in the industry for a long ass fucking time. I also look at the fact that like look how many friends he's had to bury.
Okay, I get that.
So that's why I'm like, not too much on my man's, because like Tony Bennett is just the latest in, like, I've seen him. Stevie Wonder's been doing tributes for celebrities since we were in like high school. Yes. So it's like,
I get it. At the same time, and I will bring this goddess up so many times. Dame Shirley Bassey is in her 80s, still sounding clear as a bell. Like, her voice has kept. So whatever she's doing, everybody else needs to pay attention to. Because, I mean, Mama sounds bananas.
Yeah.
We can pull up performances from her from the 60s and 70s, where she's in her 20s and 30s, and then fast forward to now where she's in her 80s.
Still sounds great.
Still sounds just as powerful.
I'm going to just chalk it up to this one performance.
Maybe he was choked up about Tony the Tiger dying.
You ain't have to call him Tony the Tiger. You don't have to do him like that.
Now, the next part of the in memoriam, Annie Lennox, Eurythmics, Walking on Broken Glass, Trailblazer for Women. Y'all gonna be mad that I said this. She would not stand a chance at a record deal nowadays.
Well, she old.
Not even, like, take her back to her 20s. Take her back to her 20s. If she was a young buck in the industry now, she would not stand a chance at a record deal, because she doesn't have the voice. Like, there is, how do I say this? As someone who was so successful in the music business, please listen to me and my opinions.
Sure.
But it's like, she bills herself as this sort of soul singer.
Okay.
Where's the soul? Because when I think soul, I'm sorry, when you think soul, who do you think of?
Oh, I mean,
just give me 3. Right off the top of your head.
Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
India.Arie.
Boom.
Jill Scott.
That part. Annie Lennox is not in that category.
Yeah, so I've noticed this new trend. I don't know if Annie Lennox is a part of this new trend, but where they've kind of started to stick soul on things that aren't necessarily
as
soul.
Like a label. Yeah,
and I don't know necessarily. I haven't delved into any of Annie Lennox like recent stuff, so I'm not. I'm gonna spare you. I don't. I thought she did fine. Vocally, the cameras cut quick as shit. I think who else was in the memoriam, and then John Baptiste.
Yeah. So, Out of the 4, rank them 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Of the Memoriam?
Yeah, start with number 4. Who was the weakest?
I'll say I felt like Annie might come in 4th just because hers was the quickest.
Okay. And also, real quick, she is 64, 69. I can't tell if that's 4 or 9 in my notes.
That's funny as hell.
But that part in Nothing Compares to You, where they pop up to the nothing.
Did she hit it?
No.
She didn't hit it. Okay,
No.
that's why I didn't think so.
No.
That's why I was like, I think that's why I put her, because I was like, I felt like she was.
It was not good.
Yeah. I was, but I do okay, let me back up.
So number 4.
Not too much on my mans, but I'll put Stevie Wonder 4th.
Okay.
There were some moments that the harmony didn't hit. When it hit, it hit. When it didn't, it didn't. That's okay. Only reason I put Annie Lennox up to 3rd was because I do want to commend her for standing up, for protesting in her performance. Not everybody's got the gusto to do that. So I do want to give her flowers there. So
she can buy herself flowers. No.
So John Baptiste and Fantasia.
Yep, 1 or 2. 1 or 2.
It's tough. And the only reason I'm going to put Fantasia number 1 is because I love a good interact with the crowd.
That part.
I love that.
Which the crowd was giving her nooch. It's like, I need somebody that can shake their ass. And it's like these white women are just like,
oh, you? Okay, no? Okay, fine. You. And Dua Lipa's like, her little body roll. Y'all can make fun of my girl all y'all want, but she answered the call. Fantasia was like, you. And she was like, bet. She didn't think about it.
I was really hoping that Kelly Clarkson would have been in the vicinity and Fantasia just been like, Kelly, come here. Because I mean, like, when
are they close?
They're friends.
They are, okay.
Whenever Fantasia was on Kelly's show a couple of months ago talking about Color Purple and all that, it's like she kept calling her Kels. And I was like, this is the cutest fucking thing. That because I mean Kelly won season 1, Fantasia won season 3, so it's like y'all have been here since the beginning for a long time. Like similar spans of
and
careers.
You do know that's the song that she auditioned with, right? Fantasia auditioned
with
for America.
Delivered.
Huh?
With Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
First. But then they made her sing a second song.
Okay.
And she sings Proud Mary.
Oh, I love that.
So it's a full circle moment because
I love that.
She does Signed, Sealed, Delivered, and they're like, we could tell you have a voice, but we don't feel like this is giving us your personality. So Paula Abdul's like, can you give us something else? So then she starts, I went down to the sea. Like she jumps into the fast part immediately. And they were like, and then you just see Paula, Simon, and Randy, because I was like, it's the OG crew.
Yeah.
And they're like, see, yeah, that's who we want to see. That's who we want to see. So to go from her singing Proud Mary at 19 to her singing it in her late 30s is like.
And you know she almost didn't get to audition. Have you heard this story?
Yes.
The security guard just happened to be nice enough to let her in. What? Like, whoever that man is, find him. Protect him at all costs.
Oh, I know listen. I know he always thinks, I know that's a story he tells his children and his grandchildren.
So, I will agree with you. Stevie 4, Annie 3. I would put Fantasia 2nd and John Baptiste 1st.
I'm not mad at that.
Like,
I'm not mad at that. Because John
took me to church.
Immediately.
And the last time I went to church, my skin started to smoke. It was a bad moment.
I'm so sorry. Did this happen in the comfort of your own home yesterday?
But I mean, I was...
What?
I was doing the church dance. Hey.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that because he did that. He did that.
You know who else did that?
Who?
Jay-Z. Moment of silence for all the Grammy team, the people behind the scenes.
Everyone that got hit. with a bullet from that speech. Moment of silence.
Look around, everybody on mute.
And we're done. Because that was my second favorite moment. That was my second most favorite moment, right behind Tracy Chapman.
It was kind of like the Will Smith Chris Rock slap. Without it being a violent moment, he chose violence. He said, "Thank you so much for this award. Now about my wife." What was the quote? "This young lady has more Grammy awards than anybody in history, but never won Album of the Year." That doesn't even work by your own metrics.
No, so that was let's other quotables. Like, some of y'all will feel robbed,
and
some of you will be robbed. Some of you don't belong in the category.
But he was not.
Some of you don't listen. That's a shirt. I'm getting that on a shirt, on a cap.
Some of y'all don't belong in that category. He said, I speak the truth when I get nervous. Get nervous more, baby. Speak on it. Speak on it.
Because, yeah. He was like, I just was inspired by Will Smith because, him and Jazzy Jeff boycotted the Grammys because y'all didn't televise Rap Album of the Year. Lo and behold, Rap celebrates 50, and guess which one they didn't televise last night?
That. Meanwhile, we get a performance from Travis Scott. Performance. Mama. Okay, here's my thing. I don't want to talk too much shit about people. That's a lie. Yes,
Before we get to him,
okay.
Let's just discuss my favorite Houston hottie. Also, after Jay-Z delivers the speech, they leave. They leave. They came late.
They
delivered the speech. Beyonce. No, apparently there was a line of celebrities waiting to take pictures of Beyonce during commercial breaks. Like no, there's actual video of a line of celebrities waiting to take pictures with Beyonce during commercial breaks. And then at some point they're like, all right, bye.
No photos, please. Gotta go.
No photos. And you see the video of like Blue Ivy first, and then somehow Lil Uzi Vert sneaks behind him because he's about to leave too.
Yeah.
And then Beyonce be snuck, and I'm like, legendary. Because you said what you had to say, you received what you had to receive, you showed face, you took pictures with all your favorite fans because Beyonce is a celebrity.
Yeah. She is a celebrity. Like, it does not matter what echelon of celebrity you're on. You need to meet Beyonce. You have to have that picture with Beyonce.
You touch the hem of her garment.
You kiss the ring.
And then she tipped her 10-gallon Doug Dimmadome hat.
With that platinum ass blonde wig. She's loving that platinum right now.
I love it too. I know that is a very, very, very unpopular opinion, but I love it.
I'm here for it. Give me Black Donatella.
When she decides to like silver it up even more, that's what I'm waiting for. Because right now it's still a little too yellow. I need a little bit
silver.
Yeah.
Well, kind of like what it was with the Renaissance premiere.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh my God, she's so white. It's like she's got on a platinum wig with a silver dress being lit up. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a little on the light side. But Mama look good. Shit.
So now we're back to our two questionable Houstonites. Starting with Travis. So I learned that his performance with the chairs was supposed to be his dedication or his homage to the Montgomery Brawl over the summer.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't put those together either. So I was like, you get half a star. Because like, how was I supposed to know that? Because you go to smashing the chairs from random white goth chick with her stomach out, standing there. Y'all interact by looking at each other face to face, and then she walks off stage. What are we doing in this very dark apocalyptic world? Also, what happened to the people who sued you over Astro World?
Well, I was about to say, where's the homage to Astro World? The people who were hospitalized and died.
Kris Jenner can't make me forget that.
But Kris Jenner can manage this pussy. That's so stupid. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
And then the second Houstonite?
I ain't forgot about Lizzo's lawsuit either.
Lizzo, shit.
She looked great.
She
looked phenomenal. Loved the moment between her and SZA because they have been friends.
Really cute.
Oh, that hug. I got so
good. It meant something.
It meant something. It was like, oh, she was like, oh no, I have to deliver this award to my girl. I felt that. I loved that.
But it was an interesting choice to bring Lizzo, who has essentially been real quiet for the last 6 to 8 months.
I haven't even seen her on Yiddy advertisements. Yeah.
Any of that.
So is she gonna go back into hiding?
Is this her announcement of new music? Like, what's the tea?
I think she came just to support her girl SZA, which I'm like, I get it, but I still have questions. And I still have questions for Mr. Scott.
Mr. Scott, we have questions.
Because you've been lying to the king.
Gail!
You did it too early! You did it too early! You're supposed to take a longer pause! You did it.
All right, try it again.
Because you've been lying to the king.
Sorry. Okay. Last time. Okay. Because you've been lying to the king. Gail. I hate it so much.
That's the only commentary I want to make on that. I've been waiting to do that with you all week.
Oh Let's take a quick break. We're going to come back with the rest of the Grammys. Oh, it's a mess.
To Can't Get You Out of My Head. We're talking about all the Grammy moments that we cannot get out of our heads. So we've gone through all of our favorite performances, all of our very harrowing questions, and now we've made it to... Have we made it to the awards? Or there's some...
There's a couple of... I have a couple of awards written down.
Okay.
I still don't understand why Miley Cyrus won 2 Grammys last night.
Okay. So here are my feelings about Miley Cyrus winning a Grammy.
Okay.
Because what I will say, what I enjoyed about Miley in general last night is she brought a lot of joy to that room. 1 and 2, like as a songwriter, like I would love the day I get an award about telling my now divorced husband to fuck off. Like, that's a celebration. I'm gonna give her a little hat off to that.
Are you gonna give her flowers?
I am gonna give her flowers. She can give herself flowers, but I'm gonna, add a couple little daisies in there.
Now, do you think, because I like to go down rabbit holes like this, say her father wasn't Billy Ray Cyrus, say that she wasn't a Nepo baby, do you think that she would still be successful?
That's an interesting question. I don't know that we would get the same sound from her if she wasn't a Nepo baby. Just because I just associate her with Dolly Parton being her godmother.
Oh my God, yes.
So that's just like, I don't even associate her with Billy Ray anymore. I just associate her with Dolly. Because I guess to answer your question about like, did that song deserve like best pop song? Me personally, Flowers was not everywhere for me.
Right.
It just wasn't everywhere. Is it a good song? It's fine. Like, I could tell that it meant a lot to her. I do feel like if I had to pick best pop song, I probably would have given it to Paint the Town Red.
Doja won nothing last night.
I would have given it to Paint the Town Red. Because I know that, listen, like Doja, you want to talk about questionable moments, Doja raises a lot of questions more than answers all the time. However, Paint the Town Red was everywhere. It
Yes.
was in the reels.
Yes.
It's when you're driving.
Yes.
It's, you know, sometimes YouTube is like, oh, you're listening to this genre? Well, you like Paint the Town Red. And honestly, it's got, you know, it samples...
Dionne Warwick, Walk
Sure
On By.
does. It samples...
Which she didn't even know that it was being sampled until the song came out. She was
Did she
like,
get
I was
paid, though?
not confirmed. No.
Oh, shit.
Because you pay a certain percentage for the sample. But
Got it.
Like, Dionne Warwick gets nothing from Doja Cat's Paint the Town Red.
I have feelings about that.
Yeah, it's a little shady.
I like, samples get...
I mean, we can go back to Renaissance and all that mess with Khalees.
Yeah, no. What
like,
you're saying makes sense. It makes me think of like, and I'm sure it just depends on how much of the record they actually wrote themselves.
Right.
Because it made me think of someone made me remember that Tracy Chapman sued Nicki Minaj because she wanted to clear a Tracy Chapman sample. Mm-hmm. And Tracy was like, no, girl.
No. And she
did it anyway.
Yeah.
And she successfully sued for $450,000.
Did you see that Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj were announced as the winners of the best
I forgot to talk about that.
before the thing even started? Like, an intern got fired last night.
So it was announced on social media. It wasn't announced at the event.
No, it was announced like 3 hours prior too. On the Twitter. I'm sorry, X. Mama.
I would still call it Twitter. Fuck that guy.
Mama. Real quick, going back to Miley Cyrus, record of the year. We had Worship, John Batiste, Not Strong Enough, Boy Genius, who were up for so many Grammys.
They were up for so many, but I don't remember them
then
winning.
The morning of the Grammys announced their hiatus.
Are they just performing just separately? Because I feel like...
they're now going through for their solo thing now.
Okay, because I've honestly heard of... I didn't know Phoebe Bridgers was a part of Boy Genius until last night. Because I only heard about her by herself.
Right.
So that makes...
Then we have What Was I Made For, On My Mama, Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo, Kill Bill SZA, Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift. And then you're telling me, out of that entire list, Flowers is the best song.
Now for record of the year, I do agree that should have went to Kill Bill. That should have went to Kill Bill. Just because as I knew that she had a song called Kill Bill before I even got to press play. I was like, y'all already got memes to this? Like already reciting lyrics?
Yep.
The album has been out for 5 minutes and you are already, and that was the song that had the most streams. It was everywhere. So it was like, it would have gone to Kill Bill. I would have liked to have seen it go to On My Mama, but On My Mama got...
Victoria Monet got Best New Artist.
She got Best New Art. She got 3 last night. So she got Best New Artist.
Okay.
What wasn't televised? She got Best Engineering.
Okay.
For her album Jaguar.
Heard.
And then I forget what her third one is, but it has something to do with the R&B category. Record of the year, I just...
It wasn't Miley for me.
It wasn't Miley. And you know, it's like, I'm happy for her.
Sure.
But I do agree that Flowers came and went pretty quickly for me. Like, I heard Flowers and was kind of like, I just wanted more.
Yeah.
Because so when Miley put out the song with Mark Ronson, Nothing Breaks Like a Heart.
Yes.
I love that
That was great.
I love that song. So when Flowers dropped, I was like, oh,
it sounds... So somebody said that it sounds like a Bruno Mars song.
It does.
And it's like, yeah.
It does.
Yeah, but who do the Grammys love?
Because
Bruno Mars.
I saw a tweet. It's so inappropriate. Because if we're going to start talking about Taylor Swift, someone's like, they were like, only one person could save us from Taylor Swift. Someone find him immediately and give him the cleanest line of Coke possible. And then tag Bruno Mars, we need you. I was like, y'all have got to get a grip.
Calm down. You leave that little man alone.
He's having a great time in Japan. Leave him alone.
Doing Coke.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I ain't trying to get sued for no libel.
Oh, that's fair. Oh,
allegedly.
Right. Oh yeah, everything we're talking about is
alleged.
We don't know that for real.
Now, best solo pop performance. Flowers, Miley Cyrus, Paint the Town Red. What Was I Made For? Vampire, which, by the way, Olivia Rodrigo, another big question mark. That is not a great song.
I want to dive into Olivia. I do. I always feel like maybe I'm too old. I don't know.
So I wrote for, like, as far as her performance went, I was like, it was a cute production, but she's early 20s.
Yeah.
She's very young.
Yeah.
I would love to see her in 10 years after some really intense vocal training. I think that they are making her sing songs that she just doesn't quite have yet. Because if you want to look up a good performance, Kelly Clarkson's Halloween show from this past year, she covered that. No shit. She covered that song and it felt right.
Now, we have to remember not everybody sounds the same tonally.
No.
But I do agree. I think for Olivia, I'm just waiting for the songs that are gonna come grab me. I know everyone likens her to like the early pop punk era, and I get that. I'm not seeing that. I do see her carving out a lane, so I do feel like she's gonna be around for a very long time. I just I'm waiting for the sound to grab me. So when I heard Vampire, I thought she looked great. I thought the performance was good. That's
about it, right?
What I have to say.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I will say? I can't say that I'm a huge fan of her. I don't really know her discography. I know maybe one or two songs. But seeing Joni Mitchell on stage after learning how to walk 3 times, having to relearn how to speak, like going through all of this shit, and then finally getting to perform at the Grammys.
I'll give her things for that.
I'll
give her things.
Good for you, bitch. Good for you.
I'll give her things. I don't know much about her either.
I don't know. Sure.
They started pulling out pictures of her in blackface though, and I was like, all right. I don't know what to do with that, but sure.
I mean, I think the big song that she had was Big Yellow Taxi.
It's not ringing a bell.
Don't it always seem to go?
Oh, that's right, because Janet Jackson sampled that. Okay.
Yeah. So did Kelly Rowland.
She did, but there's a guy that covers Big Yellow Taxi that I hear a lot more often than Joni Mitchell's. Yeah. But I don't. I mean, her voice sounds kind of. After this, I'm gonna see whose cover I hear more often.
Okay.
Because I didn't know that she originally did that song until last night.
Well, I mean, as far as the other categories, we had Song of the Year, which went to What Was I Made For? From Billie Eilish.
I'm not mad at it.
Which, I mean, Vampire, Kill Bill, Flowers, Dance the Night Away, Butterfly, John Batiste, Antihero.
Now, I actually didn't know that Dance the Night Away was like a big phenomenon outside the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I actually wanted to hear it more often than I did because I felt like I only heard it in the movie because I didn't hear it elsewhere.
I listen, I guess because my algorithm is a little gayer.
I love
hear
disco
that shit
though,
so
so that's why but that's when I felt like, damn.
I cannot go to a drag show without hearing "Not One Hair Out of Place, Watch Me Dance." And it's like, but you're not dancing. You're just collecting dollars. Please stop.
Okay.
As far as the rest of them go, Record of the Year, Flowers, we already talked about that.
Since we talked about SOS the album, let's go ahead and get into my beef with Album of the Year. Let's fucking do it. Because the audacity, I'm sure they already had the answer before Jay-Z took his speech. But let's jump into that.
So, the nominees for Album of the Year were World Music Radio by John Batiste, The Record, Boy Genius, Enjoy Your Hiatus, Girls. Did you know
you are mad about that?
It just makes no sense.
You are mad about that.
No, you know what's actually funny? This I can sort of relate because my last project, The Family, we released our album and had our last show on the same day. So it's like, here's our album,
I've been
guys.
to a couple
You'll
of
never
bands
hear
shows.
it again.
I've been to a couple of shows like that where I'm just like, I'm so excited about you and I'll never see you again. Like, what was the point? But I wish you well, girl, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you know there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard, Lana Del Rey? The Age of Pleasure, Janelle Monáe. Which, baby,
talk about an album of the year.
First off, talk about a look. She was... Every time it cut to her,
She's been knocking it out of the park all year.
Guts, Olivia Rodrigo, SOS, SZA, and then the winner, Midnight's Taylor Swift. So, the internet is ablaze because the legend, the woman that we never thought we'd see again in the public eye, came out to present Album of the Year. Celine Dion.
AKA, I will go off.
Like,
no, my heart will go off. There's a picture.
On.
No. So there's a picture of Celine Dion and she's in this fly ass outfit. And she's posed by a window and she's sitting like this. With some shades on. And somebody captioned it, the name of this album is My Heart Will Go Off.
I live.
It's so great. So now every time I see her, I'm like, oh yeah, I see it.
Well, so you know that she has stiff person syndrome. She is dealing with
She almost canceled the tour, or did she cancel the tour?
Yeah. She's like not touring right now. So she's dealing with muscular control issues, and people are like, oh no, she's never going to sing again. She'll never perform again. And so to see her walk out, because the rumor was that Beyonce was going to present Album of the Year, which
she left.
Baby, you want to talk about a slap in the face? It's like, we've never given you this, but will you present this award? She had every right to leave. And so her coming out, great moment. All the gays that were watching this just gasped in unison.
All the Jamaicans as well.
The Jamaicans love Celine Dion?
Oh? It's a thing.
I love that. I love that for her.
It's a thing.
And so she presents Album of the Year. Taylor Swift wins. Taylor brings up Lana Del Rey for some reason. Like, hey bitch, I know you just lost, but come up with me so I can accept this award that you just lost.
I thought maybe she had been like a writer on the Midnight's album.
I think that they're just friends. I don't know.
Because I didn't continue.
But what the internet's real mad about is that Taylor didn't acknowledge Celine when she took the award during her speech or after. I'm sure that there was a moment after the thing wrapped and they were backstage and Taylor hugged her.
They have the photo op. They do.
If Celine Dion gave me her dog's poop bag to throw in the trash, I would bow before her and say, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Like, I would. Yeah. How do you not? Yeah. How does it not register?
Yeah.
To say something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And people have been like, well, Swifties have been like, oh, well, maybe she was nervous. She was just, this, that, and the third. And it's like, let's bring it back to earlier in the show, right? When she gets her first award for, was it Antihero?
Uh-huh.
And she gets her award for that, and she's like, oh, by the way, guys, it's Best Pop Album. She goes, oh, by the way, guys, I just want to take this time to announce that I have a new album coming out. And all of the celebrities in the crowd were like...
Now, I can get that she may have been nervous. But mama, this is your 14th Grammy. This is not the first time. Mm-hmm. You are not just so overcome. This is also the 4th time you've won this fucking award.
Yeah.
You should have just sauntered up there and been like, thank you, bye-bye.
I bring up that point about the way that other celebrities were reacting to her because they were just kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to bridge a narrative that isn't there. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, so she, do you know which moment I'm talking about? So she goes, so there's 2 times she goes on stage last night.
Yeah.
For pop album and for album of the year. For pop album, she's like, thanks guys, and so this is great, and also I have a new album coming out, bye. And everybody's kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
So then when she goes back up and she brings out Lana and doesn't acknowledge Celine, it just feels more and more like a little bit like of entitlement. And I think that's what people are not feeling. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
It makes, because it's like, first of all, and you hide it behind the, oh, I didn't expect it.
Mama, you had this in the bag months ago. Calm down.
You've been pulling that same act since the curly sew-in that we loved you for.
Oh, the crispy ramen noodle hair?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, that we all thought was yours.
'Twas not.
As we can see. And so now, I just already kind of like besieged with rage because I really wanted SOS to win. But it's fine. I've let it go. But not acknowledging Celine, I think, would set everybody off, because it's just like, oh, now you don't care about this for real. Or just, does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, you had this in the bag. We all know that they're going to rig the Super Bowl so that your boyfriend wins. It's about to be a whole thing.
Yeah, I mean,
one thing that we can say about Miley is that when she got her award from Mariah Carey, she was like, hold on, this award?
This MC's got to stay beside this MC. You know who I've always...
Don't do that, because people be playing in Mariah Carey's face. Because people play in Mariah Carey's face.
Not about Mariah.
Really
Mariah was stunning.
Yeah.
This is about Miley. I'm going to say this, and you're never going to unsee this. Mm-hmm. Miley Cyrus is the human manifestation of Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob.
I feel like there's other celebrities that deserve that, but I know
but she's got that mouth, she's
see,
got the voice, that she plays the guitar, or she's country.
I see it, but I feel like it's not as egregious. So you don't like Miley Cyrus?
So it's weird. I didn't like her when she was part of the Disney machine. Mm-hmm. And then she had an album right as she was coming out of the Disney machine with I can't be tamed, can't be blamed. That album was actually solid as fuck.
Now, people have not forgiven her for the
Bangers era, the twerking on Robin Thicke. That's when she lost me.
That is where she lost
you had me
lot
for
of people.
One album. Yeah. And then you lost me. Yeah. Because you tried
I'm not mad
too
at that.
hard.
I'm not mad at that.
And like
that was your, and then came back and was like, oh, I can't do hip hop because they're so misogynistic. And it's like, girl, don't.
You can't do hip.
Yeah. So people have not forgiven her for that, and I can't be mad at that, because even for me, it's really hard. Like, I'm slowly on the train of like, okay, Miley, I'll pay you your respects. I think last night's show was the one where I'm like, all right. But it took me some time as well. It really is like, my mom is obsessed with The Voice, and so she associates Miley with The Voice, so she likes Miley Cyrus, and I haven't had the Bangers talk with her. It's a thing.
Mom, I have to tell you something.
Right. I have to tell you that, she was on a Mike Will Made It song. And then 2 years later was like, I just can't be in the room with those guys because all they talk about is sucking dick. And it's like,
that's all I talk about. Maybe I should be a rapper.
Is that a new calling coming on? So but all in all, I do understand where you're like, I don't know about you. Because I can understand the apprehension.
Well, so one of the things, and we're going to stop harping on this bitch in a minute, I promise. This lovely young Grammy winner, not a bitch, during her little intro thing, she said that her idols were Tina Turner, Patti LaBelle, Dolly Parton, Celine Dion, Whitney Houston. Let me ask you, does Miley Cyrus compare Hold a Light to any of the 5 people she mentioned?
Hold a Light?
Does she come close to Whitney Houston?
No.
Does she come close to Tina Turner?
No.
Celine Dion?
No.
Patti LaBelle?
But does she study them?
Well, she did Tina down last night.
Yeah.
Choreo, the outfit, the hair, everything was Tina.
Because I think one of the things is like, it very, like, at first it was, I'm mixed with it because it did feel a little abrasive, but we've entered a state where I want to hear more, singers talk about the singers. I want to hear them talk about the singers. I think nowadays so many, like, and that's another reason why last night, I'm not too mad about last night because R&B got so much love last night.
Yep.
R&B got so much.
Also, so did the women.
So much love.
It was so many women in the
so
like, that was a very female-heavy Grammys.
I just want to take a moment.
The girls do it for me.
I want to take a moment and shout out to Victoria Monet. Again, in all of her brown, the color that she invented, we've decided. Her fine ass.
Great. She looked great.
Baby father, her beautiful baby. They looked fantastic. They all matched.
Yeah.
She did not scramble off the stage when they tried to play the music off. She was like, okay, and we're going to make this a song, period.
I did love that. We're just going to make this a song.
We're just going to make this a song. Anyway, I just want to say I'm rooting even harder now. I'm rooting harder now.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to, I can tell when the singers or when the R&B stars are studying. And so even with Miley, it's like, I want to watch her because she was studying during Bangers also. What she was studying, question marks. It didn't fit. So with this one, it's like, you want to be sure, like, is this you or is this a phase? And so it's like, I'm interested in seeing how this develops, but I can't appreciate that she's actually watching women with substance.
I think you nailed it by calling it a phase. Because it's like, I understand artists have reinvention, they go through moments, but like, what's you? Mm-hmm. Is Flowers, Tina Turner hair, the whole bit, is that you? Or mm-hmm. is that you putting on some sort of affect mm-hmm. in a way? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's to be determined.
And that's to be determined. I feel that. Yeah, and when you look at it that way, it's like, well, you were trying to do what the hip hop girlies were doing while still setting yourself apart, and now you found another black woman to copy. Mm-hmm. I can see that. I can see how you'd be turned off by that.
Yeah,
because it's like, what is Miley? So
who is Miley?
I'd be interested. I hope that she is committed to developing that and figuring that out, because I do get that. I do get that. But shout out to all the women that won last night. The country lady that was from a 200-person town.
I think she's the one that had the quote about music being a safe space.
Okay, yes.
Lainey Wilson, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that's who it was.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to everybody that won. But yeah, definitely felt like we all won when Victoria won.
Yeah. Because also, I'm sorry to interrupt you, like, 6 out of the 8 people that were up for Best New Artist, I had no idea who they were. I had never heard of them. Who are you?
I literally only... Okay, so who were the 2 that you knew?
Victoria Monet.
Uh-huh.
And... oh, shit. Well, I need to pull the...
I can tell you the only... Because she's my one. Okay. I can tell you my other one. And that's literally it.
Go.
Ice Spice.
Ice Spice!
That was...
Little Orange Annie, yes.
Those are the only 2 Best New Artists. I was
God.
like, oh, I don't know who that is. Oh, I don't know who that is. I don't know
Ice
who that
Spice.
is. Ice Spice. Right, Victoria, duh.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
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 I feel that.
But I guess the whole thing, like, I don't know who the girl presenting that award was.
Samara J. So she won last year, and she's a jazz singer.
Okay.
Gorgeous voice.
Ooh, okay.
Check her out.
Well, she'll be on
because she won, and she won this year. Oh, and Coco Jones. Coco Jones was up for Best New Artist.
Yes, for ICU, yeah.
Yeah, she was so she won a Grammy for Best R&B Performance for ICU.
Love.
So she won for that. And then Samara Joy won Best Jazz Performance for a song that she released this year.
Stunning.
Gorgeous voice.
Okay.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous voice. You know, I love someone that can hit the low registers, and she does that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby, this playlist this week is going to be lit.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to have all the girlies.
I'm so excited to see
And John
it.
Baptiste.
And John Baptiste.
It's going to be nothing but women.
Nothing but
John
women
Baptiste.
and John Baptiste.
We are not including Billy Joel. We are not including U2.
We're not including you two. I'm sorry. Sorry to that man. Sorry to those men.
Those means,
Don't know.
they'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
So, to wrap this all up.
Oh wait, so how did you feel about Taylor Swift, or did you say all you had to say about that?
Oh, I said everything I had to say. She ignored Celine Dion. She deserves to be put down. I'm just the silence said it.
Well,
So, out of the Grammys, what was your favorite moment? If
My
you had
favorite
to pick
moment?
just one.
it's still my Tracy. It's
Okay.
still Tracy. Still Tracy. Tracy, a close, my top three. I'm gonna pick my top three.
Okay.
Tracy, Jay-Z, Victoria.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah, those are my
In that order.
in that order too.
Tracy, Jay-Z, Victoria. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Honorable mention: all the celebrities standing in line to take pictures with Beyonce, which wasn't televised. And Trevor Noah is a great host. I did enjoy him hosting.
He was a very good host. He's
Yeah.
absolutely adorable
Yeah.
to look at.
He is.
Even if the jokes aren't the funniest.
Some of them were just like the way he delivers them. I was like, oh, no one caught that, but I did.
Kelly Clarkson will sing your song better than you ever did.
I immediately thought of you.
Trust.
I immediately thought of you
Trust.
and was like, oh, he is praise dancing. Because that's exactly what he wants.
I do. Have you ever heard her cover album? It's called Karaoke. It's only like 5 or 6 songs. But she does a version of Queen of the Night. She does a Billie Eilish song, Happier Than Ever. She does a Weekend song.
Make sure you take your shot for every time he mentions Kelly Clarkson.
Baby.
You better be drunk by now.
Baby, I was so twisted last night because we did a drinking game where it was like anytime they show Taylor Swift, you take a sip.
Oh, I know you.
Baby, we
lit.
started at 8, by like 10, it was almost like that crying, like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like this game. But I stuck it through, and then I woke up with a headache.
I bet you did.
I blame Taylor Swift.
I bet you did.
I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Can't Get You Out of My Head.
Whoop, whoop.
We'll be back next week.
We're back every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Make sure you check our playlist out on Spotify. With every episode, we release a playlist that has all of the songs that we talk about in our episode. So make sure you look out for that as well.
You can find that profile on Spotify under Can't Get You Out of My Head podcast.
Where can they find us on Instagram?
They can find us on Instagram on Can't Get You Out of My Head pod. We're going to be posting more and more content as we create more and more content.
Yeah. And really just talk more shit, because that's what we're here to do.
That's what we're here to do. We're here to look cute and talk shit. You can follow me on Instagram at @TheDylanMichael, _Dylan_Michael.
And I'm at Astin Rocks, WHYASTINROCKS.
And until next week or the next time you listen to us, keep on listening.
Take care.